Hi, Mark Biesick here. This week's On Location is at the district office, and today we're going to be talking about some of the rough ideas and goals for the upcoming year. The first thing I'd like to talk about is our effort to increase the STEM, which is the science, technology, engineering, and math programming that we have going on in the district. Currently, through the Northwest Integration School District, SAWC is a magnet STEM school, which we have certain components within the grade levels there. What we have done this past year have increased the curriculum to the entire school with a slow, gradual implementation progress. The new kids coming in this year in 6th grade will have that opportunity to experience that curriculum. The next piece of the STEM program is that we are starting a elementary level STEM program down at Rogers Elementary. They're in the planning stages this year and looking for implementation for full implementation for next year. The second item I'd like to talk about is adding an international baccalaureate program within the boundaries of the district at one of the 3 high schools. This is something that we've talked about, the addition of higher rigor at the secondary level. Now the international baccalaureate program does have programs for the intermediate, primary years, and most notably for the high school. And this is it's a very expensive program, but I think it's something that a direction that we should move towards. The third item that we're looking at is upgrading our facilities, and this is a constant issue within the district. You know, we have roughly 20 buildings at various degrees of repair and disrepair, and also we have a constant growth issue that puts pressure on different buildings. So this year we're looking at several projects. We'll be in the planning stages for. One is the renovation of Parker Elementary. The board has decided that that will be an elementary school into the future. There's been a lot of discussion over the years what to do with Parker, but again, the board committed several months ago that it will stay in educational facilities. The other pressing issues we have obviously are Hankey, which is in a constant state of repair and renovation. We're looking at doing some significant things there. Also, where our big pinches with student enrollment is down in Rogers. We'll be looking and planning very diligently on the addition of a 3rd wing at the high school down there to alleviate the pressures that's currently there. Okay, number 4, we continually to look at to reorganize and restructure our district personnel. We strive to be as efficient and effective as we can to provide the best services to our stakeholders, whether it be students, employees, community, or what have you. As we grow and as our district develops, we're constantly looking at new ways to better ourselves. The 5th issue we're looking at is developing a student leadership program throughout the district. And by that I mean, if we want kids to be good leaders, we have to teach them what good leadership skills are. We've been spending a lot of time developing a program that will work with kids if they choose to be leaders in their junior, senior year, team captains, student council, National Honor Societies. They'll have to be invested into a course and some programming that will teach them what good leadership skills are. The next issue we have is the support of the music program. Several years ago, some red flags had come up as far as enrollment, and we continually watched enrollment over the last couple of years. This last year, when it came to me that we were dropping vocal music in one of our high schools, it was a surprise, and I felt that we needed to do something about that. So we gathered a group of the music educators together and administration to talk about what had happened with the program and why it was in the shape that it was as far as lack of numbers. So we've studied that for a year. We've taken a look at other districts our size and what they're doing with their programs that are successful, and basically came to a conclusion that the school board had to make a commitment to say, you know what, this is what we're all about. We're about arts, academics, and activities equally, and we need to protect certain areas of those 3. And so the board made a 3-year commitment to reorganize and reinvest into the instrumental and the vocal music programs at the middle school and secondary level. What will that look like for the next couple of years? At the middle school level, we'll be looking at a music requirement with the elimination of study hall. We'll be looking at some possible scheduling changes at the high school level to accommodate kids' schedules so they can take these classes when they get there. And obviously we'll be looking at additional staff for those programs in the middle school and high school. We're going to be working a lot this next year on system engagement, and what I mean by that is investment and buy-in to the vision and mission and strategic plan of the school district. My goal is that every employee, when asked how do they contribute to the education of kids, they can tell them how their job and what their relationship to the strategic plan and the vision and mission is. The last thing I have to talk about is the legislature and the upcoming session that we have. The session officially kicks off this next week, and we will be there with our issues. The two things that we will continue to fight for is debt service equalization, and also some fund transfers from our debt service fund, which is something that we had in the bill last year. However, if you remember, there was no education bill. So that wraps up basically what we're looking at for this next year. These are rough ideas of some of the goals. I can't say just how strong and hard we'll be going after each and every one of them, but each one of these is a very important topic for our district as we move forward into the 11-12 school year. Thanks, and have a great weekend.